Salams and hello there. Thanks for checking out another Eats Meets West recipe. This week I made a good old favorite, lasagna. Layers of pasta, rich tomato sauce, and melty cheese always goes over well. This recipe has a very tasty and multi-purpose meat sauce, and I add an optional ingredient that my family loves. And I'm going to show you an easy way to make lasagna so you can get dinner on the table without much fuss. So before we get started, please take a second to subscribe and like the video. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's make the meat sauce first. Pour 3 tablespoons of olive oil in a pot over medium heat. Then add 4 cloves of minced garlic and fry for a minute to infuse the oil before adding a pound of ground beef or chicken. Be sure to break up the meat to prevent large clumps in the sauce. As the meat is browning, add a teaspoon of onion powder, 1.5 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, 2 teaspoons of ground coriander, and a teaspoon of cumin powder, a teaspoon of red chili powder or crushed red pepper, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. These seasonings add great flavor to the sauce, and it's important to fry them with the meat for a couple of minutes to really bring them out before adding 2 heaping tablespoons of tomato paste. Continue to fry the tomato paste with the meat for a couple of minutes. This will intensify the tomato flavor and make it more delicious sauce. Then add 2 teaspoons of lemon juice to balance it all out. Next, add around 2 cups of a good tomato basil pasta sauce of your choice into the pot. I also like to add about a cup of water to the sauce at this point. If you have an empty bottle like mine, add water to it and shake it up to get all of the tomato goodness into the pot and prevent waste. Cover the sauce and cook on a low simmer for 10 minutes. To assemble, I use no-boil noodles and I layer in some grilled eggplant, which is now available in my grocery store. This is totally optional, but is a great way to add some nutrition to this pasta dish. If you're going to use the eggplant, put the slices in the microwave for a couple of minutes to soften them up. I usually use the whole bag when making this lasagna. So in a greased baking dish, add some of the meat sauce followed by 3 pieces of the oven-ready noodles. These will expand a bit in the oven, so no need to get exact edge-to-edge coverage. My baking dish is actually a tad larger than needed, but this is what I had. I just fill in any gaps with extra cheese. Next, add some sauce on each noodle and place some of the eggplant slices on top. Add a little more sauce on top of the eggplant, followed by some mozzarella cheese, and I also like to add a little bit of shredded mild cheddar cheese. I love the color contrast and deeper cheese flavor. Now repeat this for the next layer, and then for the third and final layer, I just use the rest of the meat sauce and the remaining cheeses. Sprinkle on some dried basil on top and cover with foil that has been sprayed with some oil on the inside. This will prevent the cheese from sticking to the top. It is still a good idea to leave some room between the foil and cheese when covering the tray, so you leave intact that lovely cheesy top that is the best part of lasagna. Place the tray in a preheated 350-degree oven for about 50 minutes. Remove the foil and continue baking for another 10 to 15 minutes or until the cheese is lightly brown in some areas and you get a golden cheesy crust on the edges. Lasagna is a no-fail way to make your friends and family gather around and really enjoy an incredibly delicious meal. The meat sauce can be prepared in advance and frozen to keep ready for whenever you feel like lasagna, or used in baked ziti or with spaghetti. It is so flavorful, you can even have it over rice. I really hope you enjoy all the recipes I have on this channel, and let me know in the comments if you try one. As usual, recipe details are in the description box below. Thanks for sticking around till the end, friends. With salam.